Hi everyone, welcome back to lesson 4, solutions of quadratic functions. So today's lesson, we're moving into our next unit, um, which is where we're going to be looking at graphs of parabolas, which are quadratic functions, and we're going to identify graphically today what the solutions are of a quadratic function. Now, previously, we saw what solutions are of lines, of system of equations and inequalities, and today we're going to focus on the solutions of quadratics and what that looks like on a graph. Okay, so first we're going to go into the warm-up, and we have two different tables here. So right now we're going to focus on the first table, and they want us to identify the function family and the explanation as to why. So it's very important to analyze the rate of change of the y values when you're looking at what kind of function it is. So if I'm looking at the y values of the first table, I notice that to get from each point to the next, the y values, the a of x, are increasing by 6. From 2 to 8 is plus 6. From 8 to 14 is 6, and 14 to 20, and so on. So as you should recall, when you have a constant rate of change here, it's constantly increasing by 6. This is a linear function. Okay, because there's a constant rate of change. Okay, so that's just a bit of review. And let's take a look at the second table here. So the second table, to me, looks a little different. I see some sort of symmetry happening here. So I see this -3 is here twice, and so is the 0. So let's see what's happening here. So from 5 to 0, we subtract 5. From 0 to -3, we subtract 3. From -3 to -4, we subtract 1. From -4 to -3, we add 1. And from -3 to 0, we add 3. So, maybe you remember this type of rate of change from the beginning of the year, about November, we went over this. This is a quadratic function. So, as you know, a quadratic function, when graphed, looks like is a parabola. Oh, that's really bad. So, a parabola, which is that U-shaped graph just like this. So what happens is, in a parabola, is it decreases, 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 then gets to a minimum or maximum point, and then it increases and increases. And that's what's happening here. First it's decreasing, then it gets to this minimum point here, and then it starts to increase again. Okay, so that's why this is a quadratic function, also known as a parabola. All right, and then the next part of the video, we're going to go through actually graphing a parabola, seeing what the equation looks like, and where are the solutions located. So stay tuned.